Məsələn, fərz eləyək ki, bu bizim imtahanda qarşımıza çıxan ekrandır və sual burada qeyd olunur. Sual nümunəsi burada olacaq. Bu variant əsasən, məsəl üçün, çox seçməli variantdır, sürüşdürüb yerləşdirmə və yaxud da ki, sıralamalı variantıdır. Variantlar burada yerləşdiriləcək. Və yuxarıda sizə qeyd olunacaq ki, neçə variant seçilməlidir. Məsəl üçün, qeyd olunacaq ki, fərz eləyək ki, please select 4. Və burada 5 seçim varsa, siz o 5-indən 4-ünü seçməyənə qədər bir sonraki suala keçməyə icazə vermir. Yəni, mütləq şəkildə siz o 5 variantdan doğru 4 dənəsini tapmalısınız. Amma gəlin fikirləşək ki, məsəl üçün 4-ünü də tapdıq, amma əmin deyilik bu 4-ü də düz oldu mu, yoxsa 3-ü düz, biri səhvdir. Google bu haqda bizə bir məlumat vermir ki, buna əsasən balı necə hesablayır? Məsəl üçün, o 3-ə görə hər hansı bir faiz verirmi və yaxud da ki, həmin biri səhvdirsə, hamısı səhvdirmi? Sadəcə bizə nə məlumat var? Bizə 35 dənə sual var və bu 35 sualda 80-dən çox seçməli variant olacaq. Bu ola bilər seçməli, sıralamalı, kateqoriyalara ayırmalı. Həmin bu 80-dən çox seçmədə biz 80% keçməliyik. Lakin onlar qrup şəklində mi hesablanır? Yoxsa tək-tək seçimlərə əsasən mi bal hesablanır? Bu haqda məlumat verməyib Google. Əgər başqa bir sualımız yoxdursa, istəyirsinizsə dərsə başlayaq. Məncə kifayət qədər də digər müəllimləri gözlədik. Digər müəllimlər də gəlildikdən sonra əgər hər hansı bir qaçırdıqları mövzu olsa, dərsin davamında recordingi əldə edərək ona baxa bilərlər. Sizdən bir dəqiqə xahiş eləyəcəm ki, mən lazımi linkləri açım. Və recording başlayıb. Deməli, gəlin baxaq görək biz bugün nələr əhatə eləyəcəyik. Entire screen, share. So we agreed that in level 1 and level 2, it's only about the Google tools. And how we can know that which Google tools we have and which one we should know, we can just click this 9 button and we check that which ones we know. So we have already covered calendar, Gmail, Classroom, Drive, Documents, Sheets, Slides. And these ones are the most common questions that will come in our exams. But there are some other Google tools that there might be a question about them, but it will not be detailed. Which are these tools? For example, in our education, we can use Google Chat, Google Translate, and one more. We can use Google Keep, and I am searching for Google Sites. I couldn't see the sites here, maybe I missed. And we will have the Google Sites, but I couldn't find the logo here. So our questions can be from here, which we haven't covered yet. During today, I will try to cover quickly them, so we know that for what we can use them and for what they can be used, and small cover about them, like how we can use them. But don't worry, during the exam, there will be no detailed questions about these tools. There are two other tools, which are Blogger and Google Drawings. These two tools are not successful Google tools because there's a better versions and most common and used version that are better than the Google tools. So lately Google tried to not to add this stuff to the exams, but sometimes they can come up, usually the Google Drawing. But don't worry, they will just ask description for what you can use a Google Drawing or for what you can use a Google Blogger. So the Blogger is kind of a blog website. You are going there and sharing your blogs. There's a little bit how can I say bir əfsanə var ki, Google Blog artıq examlara düşmür. Amma son 2 ildə bəzi düşən insanlar olub, amma bu çox belə rare haldır ki, Google Blog imtahan suallarına düşsün. Hər ehtimala qarşı biz yadda saxlamalıyıq ki, blog For writing the blogs, you can share your, for example, essays, your articles, your daily lives, or you can ask your students to use it for their literature classes to share their reviews. And for Google Drawing, they're asking, for example, you have a club and you want to design a logo. Which Google app you can use? Or for example, you have a big party and you want to draw some posters for it. Which app you can use it? And the answer can be Google Drawing. And then we have some other tools which are not common but can be faced in the questions. There will be no individual question about these tools, but they can be mentioned in the question or they can be one of the options from the drag and drop. They are Google Chat and Google Keep. There are also some other tools that are mostly common in level 2, but we can see them in Google level 1, which are Google Sites and Google Groups. We will cover this too during today, but we will not go deeply. We will just learn it for level 1. And for later, for level 2, we will cover them more detailed. And then also we will check some training resources today to learn such as what is PLN, what is Google Educator Groups, and etc. Let's start with Google Chat and let's see what is it. When I come here and I click the Google Apps, I can see from here that I have a Google Chat. This is common for quick messaging stuff. For example, you want to check quickly if your coworker will join the Google Meet or not. Will they submit a task before the deadline or not? And also you can hop to this chat during the slide or the collaboration. For example, two students are working on the same document or in the same slide. They can use the chat to confirm some quick steps. Let's click the chat and see how we can use it. When we enter the chat, let's wait for loading. Take a little bit longer. Okay, great. I think I didn't delete it. So we have internet issue. So let's see what we have here. For example, in here, I can see that again the left side is a toolbar. The right side is the main page. The same design is in most of our Google tools. In the left side, mostly there's a create or add new. The same interface was in the Google Drive, in Google Slides, and the Google Classroom and Google Calendar. Again, we have a new and the create button in the left side. Let's click the new chat and let's see what we see there. The first, we can see that we can add one people or more than one people, which means that we can have individual chats or we can create a group chat to discuss some topic. Then I have a create a space. What's the difference between the chat and the space? You can imagine like this. A chat is between 2 or more than 3 people. And all of them can see this messaging in the same time. But for space, you can create it for your classroom. Your students can ask you questions individually, or they can hop to another chat to discuss some topics between themselves. So space is kind of the community you are creating, and people can have chat with you or with each other without others knowing it. Then we have a broad space. For example, your school already created some space for teachers to discuss. You can hop there and communicate with other subject teachers, or you can write directly to the subject teacher, which is related to your subject, to find some collaboration between the subjects. And then we have a Find Apps. The same button was in the Google Meet as well. and in the Google Calendar. Let's see what we have inside the Find apps. As you can see, we can integrate this chat with a different kind of the meeting Zooms. For example, we can collaborate it with Zoom, with Drive, or any other button. Don't worry, you don't need to remember all the stuffs because they're non-stop are renewing. We just need to find where we can find this button. So we can click New and we can add a new app here. Then we can see the message requests. The requests are the people you are not communicated before. They are requesting to talk with you or they are sending the message. It's exactly the same logic they are using in the Instagram. Like you can see that some people in your DM and you can see that some people who is requested to talk with you, and if you agree, you can start the chat. From here in the left side, I can see that I have some shortcuts. Inside the shortcut, I see the home. The home is showing all the messaging I have. The mentions are showing the another chats, group chats of the space that I have mentioned. For example, I am inside the space of our school and someone mentioned my name. Maybe I will not able to see it because there's 100 of the message, but if I click the mentions, I will able to see everyone who mentioned my name. For the mentioning the someone in the Google chat, Google Docs, or any other Google account on the Google tool, you just need to add the and their email address. And that way you can mention them. It doesn't matter which Google tool you are using. You can add the comment to any Google tool and you can add the to send email to that person that you have mentioned them or you assign any task to them. The start are the message that you just start. For example, you saw the message and you don't want to forget it or you will check it later, you can start the message. We will do all of them in a moment. Just let's see what we have. Then we can create a new chat and we can move forward. Then we have the direct messages. The direct messages are the messages you and someone else are having between two of yourself or three of yourself. For example, you can have the direct messages with a couple of people and their name will appear here one by one. Or, for example, I have joined the group for 4 people chat. They will be shown here as well. The spaces that we mentioned before, for example, the class can have space, the school can have space, will be shown down this. You can find a space, you can join a space, or you can create one for yourself. Let's see how we can create a new chat. I am adding a people name. I will add my second email. Let's click the start chat. The chat is start. As you can see, the first thing it's telling me is that if I add the I can mention someone's name, followed by the name of a person, space, or Drive document. Great! The add icon not only mentioning the people, it's also mentioning the document. For example, let's add once, and I will say, for example, mock exam responses. So I have mentioned a document from my Drive. Let's say that, can you check this? For sending message I am sending. And the first thing is asking from me is that, would you like to share this document with that person or not? Because that document was from my Drive, I haven't shared it with anyone else. And if I want to share with these people, I can choose if they will commenter, viewer, or editor. The same sharing settings that we had all across the Google tools. Let's send the message. Once I send the message, that person will see the email. But let's see what we have in the shared. When I click the shared, the first thing will come is the mock exam responses that I just shared with those people. One more thing. In here, I see that that person has that white circle around it. The meaning is that is hidden here. Right now, we are automatically showing online. We can choose do not disturb for a certain minute, for 1 hour, Or you can choose a specific time. For example, for next 28 hours, I don't want to be disturbed. Or you can just click to the set as away. Even I am online, I will be shown as I am away. This is everything that we should know about the chat to enter the level 1 exam. But I will take one more step to cover the everything for the level 2 exam, so we make sure that we know everything about the chat and we don't need to come back to this topic once again. Let's see what else we can do here. We can edit our message and we can say that, let's go up. And I will click X. Let's delete this one as well. And click Update. So before I shared the mock exam responses with another account, and now after 2 minutes, I edited and I deleted from my message. Let's go to the shared and see that if it will be still shared or not. As you can see, the file is not here anymore. It is not in the chat. But let's go to Drive and see that it will change the response share details from the Drive or not. I will go to Drive. Let's click Share. And I can see, oh no, not this one. Where is the response? Responses is there. Share. And I can see that even I deleted from the message, it's my second account stayed here as a viewer. So make sure that if you delete any information from your chat, there might be the case that it's not deleted from your Drive. So you have to go to Drive and change it manually. And I can come back here and say remove access. And let's click Save. Let's see that what we have in here more. I see that I have one start a video call. Once I click the start a video call, it will start a video call from the Google Meet. Then I have a search in the chat. I can search a specific word to find the exact message, and I can exit the full screen. So it will be a small screen next to my screen. Let's go to settings and see what else we can see. I love the chat notification, so you will receive a notification once someone started the chat with you or send a message. We can choose a tone of the message will come to you. You can receive an email when someone is mentioning to you. And let's see what other options we have. You can click the off, so you will only see that someone mentioned you when you enter the chat. And you can change the meeting settings. The Meet settings are exactly the same settings we have in the Google Meet. So I will not cover this. If you have some problems, you can check the later videos that we will have about the Google Meetings. Then we have Do Not Disturb schedules. You can choose exact times. For example, from 8 to 19, I will be at work. So during this time, I don't want to be disturbed. Or you can choose your sleep times and you will say that during this time, even someone mentioned to me or they called to me, I don't want to receive a notification. And let's go others. Who can send you message? If you remember the request, if you click anyone, then there will be no request because people can message you even they are not in your contact. But if you click the no one senders only, it will only let the someone who started the chat with you is the people that you like send Gmail before or you have shared documents, shared slides. Then we have other settings such as blocking the people, blocking the space, and this settings will not be in the exam because they are like visual, like making darks or light or animations and etc. I highly recommend you to go here and check what you have because sometimes the questions are like this. When you click the settings, which options you can see. You do not remember all of this. You don't need to learn it one by one. But you just need to know how you can find it. Because during the exam, there's options that you can go and search. The only thing that you should know that where to find the stuffs. So just click it and see what options we have here. Or click all the buttons, explore the tools to see that where you can find the something. And during exam, you can go and check them and find out what are the exact topics mentioned there, or what are the options when you click the new chat. For example, one of the questions can be that choose the 4 option that is pop-ups to the screen when you click the new chat. This is all about the chat we should know before entering the exam. Do we have any question about this? Any questions? I believe that everything was clear. To be honest, chat is not that hard tool or super complex, and the only thing is that it's not the most common tool that we are using from the Google. That's why sometimes we can forget that if it existed or if there's some topics are existed. But once you start using it, it will get really easy. The only thing that I forget to mentioning is from the home, when you come to the chat, there's a 3 mark. You can choose mark as and read. To the As you can see, it turns to the bold, which showing that I haven't read the chats. You can open a pop-up that will show a small chat here. You can mute the chat, so even they're mentioning it, they're sending the message to you, it will not send you email to your Gmail or showing the notification. You can choose a notification option that I will receive all notification, I will receive only the mentions, or I will receive only if they share some folder with me. And you can hide conversation or delete the conversation. Somehow I think it's, oh yes, before it was internet problem and now it's deleted. But when they're writing you back, the chat will come back again. Let's see what are the other things we should cover. The other things that we should cover, again, is not that complex, but we just need to cover that we should put a tick before entering the exam, and which is about the exam procedure and what type of the exam Google are providing. So in Google, there's a different type of educator, let's say, titles. The level 1 and level 2 are the starting of the journey. After you get the level 1 and level 2, you can work on to become a Google trainer. For Google trainer, you have to pass the exam of the trainer. Let's write here that which is the pass for becoming 1 by 1. So after you got the level 1, you can go to the level 2 exam. But here's the thing, even you don't have a level 1, you can go and get the level 2. But for getting the other levels, you have to get the level 1 and level 2 in the same time. For example, if you are saying that I am educator and just being educator is enough for me, you can jump to the level 2 and stop it from here. But if you want to move further, you need to get first a level 1, then a level 2. And after that, we will have an option which is a more advanced level, and this one is calling a trainer. When I get the level 1 and level 2, I can call myself a Google educator. So these 2 levels, after the passing exam, after the answering the 35 question, I will be Google certified educator. But the passing the trainer exam will not give me any title, because for becoming the Google trainer, you have to create an application. Let's say Google. What's the difference between the educator and the trainer? The Google trainer are more advanced level. For example, as an educator, you just need to know how the Google documents, how the Google slides are working. But becoming a Google trainer, you need to know how you can build a Google system in your school. how we can manage the Google accounts, how we can create, give access, or change their capabilities of the different accounts as a trainer. So the Google trainer are more advanced level. The Google trainers are the one who can use and manage a couple of the Google accounts. For becoming the Google trainer, first you have to obtain the level 1, then level 2, and then the trainer exam. And after that, you have to upload at least 4 submissions that you have taught something about the Google tools, some videos, some recordings, some proofs that you delivered these trainings, feedbacks, and also you have to record 2 to the 3 minute video and upload it to YouTube to send it. After this application, you will need to wait a little bit to them to check and let you know that if you can be the Google trainer or not. And if you think that this is the hard, there's even harder level, which is Google Innovator. Wait. Google Certified Innovator is a little bit more challenging. For example, it doesn't matter which subject I am teaching. It can be biology, it can be chemistry, it can be math to obtain level 1, level 2, and trainer level. Because the only thing I should know is the Google, and everything I do will be related to Google tools or managing the tools. But for getting the Google Certified Innovator, you have to also be really confident to using the technology and the programming and developing. The innovator are the people who is bringing a new innovative source to the Google tools. They often need to have some mix of education and technology, and it has to be balanced. For getting the innovator level is exactly the same as a trainer. You have to show that for at least 4 trainings you have delivered as a trainer, and also you have to prove that your uh, uh, I forgot the word. The people who joined that training, audience, yes, your audience was satisfied about this training. And also you have to deliver your social presence. For example, you write some articles, you use a social media to bring people together around the Google. You use YouTube videos to teach about the Google tools. For becoming the Google Certified Innovator, you have to put lots of effort during at least a year. For example, if you do something in 2 weeks and apply it, it will not be acceptable. You have to have a data at least for 1 year to showing your dedication and innovations during this year. For now, there's no Google trainer or Google Certified Innovator in Azerbaijan so far I know. There's a one Azerbaijani who received both level, but he's not living in Azerbaijan. And after that, there's one more level, which is a Google expert. The Google expert is someone who is expert in one tool. But when I mention the tool, that they can code it from the basic to the until the end. They're super knowledgeable, they're professional. They have spent at least 5 to 6 years to learning about this tool. The Google experts are not only related to the education. There are so many different types of the Google expert. For example, you can be the machine learning engineer, you can be front-end developer, you can be data scientist. There's lots of different types of the Google expert, and this one is not only combined to the education. So as you can see, the step by step, we are leaving education and mostly focusing to the technology and IT. And after you became the Google expert, Google will provide your travel and ask you to work as a speaker in their events. But all of them are for the pupils. There's also other type of the titles that you can obtain as a school or as an organization. Let's see what other type of the Google things there exist. The one is reference schools. The reference schools are using the Google tools as their base stuffs. They are taking exams, homework, assessments, everything in the Google. All students will have their own Google accounts. Most of the international schools are using Google to provide their students to Google accounts, and they are using the Drive to archive all of their data. But for being a reference school, it's not enough to only have the Google accounts for your users. You also have the abilities that you go to another school and provide them with these steps. For example, you're a school using this and some other school is asking you. So your staffs are able to go to another school, build their Google system, and provide all the schools and staffs with the Google accounts. Also, the reference school should give some trainings to the work staff, and the students have to use these staffs. There's also education partners. For example, you are not a school, but you are language course or you are technology organization. These people can be education partners. The education partners is also a group of people who come to your school or organization to provide your whole Google system, to set up it and have a training with your staff to teach how to use the Google tools and how to manage this system. Both reference school and education partners can be the group of the Google trainers or Google educators who are knowledgeable about the Google tools. But how I can find the people like this, like how I find the people who is interested to the Google tools and they are using it daily base. Or for example, I have a school and I need extra help for the setup of the Google system, but I don't know who to reach. The first thing that we can do is starting personal learning network. Please pay attention to this term. This is the most popular term in the exam. Five out of 6 of my students have received the exam question with this word. And the question was this: what is the definition of PLN? It is personal learning network. What is this? You are creating a network community around you to learn the Google tools or prepare for the education levels. For example, right now we are a small community. We combined around the WhatsApp and the one Google tool, which is a classroom. Our Google Classroom is our personal learning network with the teachers who join to learn about the Google and receive the Google certifications. The personal learning network can be different types. It can be a social media account, for example, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. There's no limit unless you share your learnings and the others sharing theirs with you. So you are learning all together. In the personal learning network, there are some pluses. The first one is the motivation. You will have more motivation. Second, lots of resources that the other teachers created. And Google also suggesting that this kind of communities can support each other. For example, right now, there's no two teachers from the same school who is joining here. All of us are from different schools, from different countries or different parts of Azerbaijan. And all of us combine together to learn something together. But in the same time, we can teach different stuff to each other. For example, I learn from the STEM teachers at what they are using in their school, and I can apply the same for my organization. Or someone else can learn what's the system in my school and try to apply it to their own school. So personal learning network is not only limited with the Google tools. We can make it wider for even more. But how we can find the Google in here? How we can find the people the same minded? We can join the Google educator groups. Google educator groups are the groups dedicated for the educators who is interested to Google. Each country and sometimes each city are having their own groups. there might be workshops, trainings, or different kind of events are held by the Google Educator groups. For organizers are not receiving any salary or payment, but if they send a report to the Google that we will hold, like for example, an event that we are teaching Google certified courses for 15 teachers, we will provide the pizza and we will book this location, and this is the amount of money we need to cover this event. They will send you the money so you can hold that event. Currently, there's no Google Educator groups in Azerbaijan. I already communicated with them, and I haven't received the email because I think is the reason that I am not accepted as a Google trainer yet. I have sent my application again. But if you would like to, I highly appreciate and I highly support you anything to become a Google Educator groups. Even there's no Google Educator groups, there's lots of different Google groups that is in Azerbaijan right now. One of it is the one that I opened the first time in 2018, Google Student Clubs. Google Student Clubs are for the university-based clubs that students are coming together, and with peer learning, they're learning from each other, or they can invite different kind of people as a role model to the students. The first time in Azerbaijan, we opened in 2018 in Azerbaijan State Oil and Industry University, and we joined to the Turkish teams to become one of the Google Club. And the student clubs are based on the university, so each university can have their own clubs. Currently, Google student clubs are mostly like IT sahəsi üzrə əsasən qruplaşıblar. Lakin Google tərəfindən belə bir limit yoxdur ki, sırf IT uşaqları bunu əldə etməlidir. Mənim fikrimcə budur ki, Google-da işləmək istəyən əksər insanlar computer science bitirmiş insanlardır. Ona görə student clubs-a da marağı olanlar və xəbəri olanlar əsasən IT tələbələr olur deyə hazırda bu qruplar IT əhatəsində fokuslanıb. Lakin Google-un əsas məqsədi bu deyil. Then after this, we have one bigger Google developer groups. Google developer groups are bigger than Google student clubs because they are not focused to the one university. They are focused to city. For example, Google developer groups, Baku. There might be like 18, 20 different student clubs in Baku, but there might be only one Google developer groups in Baku. And they're organizing the events more bigger and wider range. Currently, I am organizer of Google developer groups Budapest. And that's why I have dropped my organizing title from the student clubs in Baku. And also there's one more group, Women Tech Makers, which focus to influence to the women to the tech and technology and increasing their visibility in tech companies, in tech areas, and also making them that realize that they are remarkable and valuable in this kind of areas. The women tech markets are mostly focused to the women and especially the women in technology. So far, the clubs we had didn't especially focus to the subgroups or specific topic, but the women tech makers are focused on topics and they're delivering monthly or the yearly some events, which is like kind of written. The first one is like in 8th March to the 8th April, which is every year they're having a specific topic or they're having specific tool. For example, some Google programming tools. It can be React, it can be Flutter, or things like that. And also this one is related to the city as well. So you can have like, for example, Women Tech Makers Baku or Women Tech Makers Ganja or others. So far, I have seen that most of the questions are coming the first 3 groups. The first group is related to you. You can start it to any network. You can start it by your own. You don't need the permission from the Google. You can start it in any platform, and you can start it for any type of the topic. For becoming the Google Educator groups, you need to accept it from the Google, and also you need to accept it from the Google website. They have their own platform, and also you need a team to build this event. For Google Student Clubs, there's a time that you can apply. For example, becoming the Women Tech Makers or double groups, it doesn't matter whenever you are applying. For the Google Student Clubs, you can be lead only 1 year or organizer for 1 year. That's why there's exact dates that you can apply to become one. For Google Developer Groups and Women Tech Makers, it's open for a year, and there's no specific lead or organizer. There most of the times organizers are coming all together. For developer groups, there's a team of the organizers that are working together. But for Women Tech Makers, you can be individual organizers. For example, I am working individual freelance organizer. I can be a Women Tech Maker in Baku or Budapest, wherever I would like to hold the event. But for Google developer groups, it has to be group. And right now I am inside the group of one city, so I can create an event in another one. Is there any questions about the Google certifications or the groups and networks? Any questions? So I believe there's no question. Let's remember once more. If I want to be just a certified educator, I can just take a level 2 or level 1 and I can stop there. And it doesn't matter if I have level 2 and don't have level 1, or I have level 1 or level 2, for example. It's not mandatory to get level 1 to get level 2, or it's not mandatory to get level 2 after you get the level 1. You can stop in any part if you want to be just certified educator. Of course, there will be mentioned that you are educated level 1 or level 2. For becoming the Google trainer, it is mandatory to obtain first 2 certificates. For Google Certified Innovator, it's mandatory to get 3 certificates beforehand, also have knowledge about technology, and you have proof that you are innovative people. For Google Expert, you don't need only proof, but you also need some experience on this area, at least 4 to 5 years. And for last 3 level, you also need social media presence. So you are sharing to your community. Non-stop you are showing your knowledge and sharing with them. For the groups, let's see how we can join. The personal learning network, you can start one and you can join the one anytime you would like to. It's more flexible and more easy to join and get one. The Google Educator groups, you have to find the one which is related to your area. Right now, there's none in Azerbaijan. The Google Student Clubs, again, you can be a member to any student clubs by just reaching their account from the Google Developer Groups. The Google Developer Groups, you can become a member anytime and you don't need to prove anything. But for becoming the organizer, you have to reach the Google and ask the permission and fill the application form. For Women Tech Makers, usually they invite you after you be active in this group. So for example, I was active in student club, they invited me to become a Women Tech Makers. But also there's like application form that you can fill, but when you fill, you need someone from the Women Tech Makers team to reference you. So they know you or they have met you in the events, and you have to add their name as a reference so you can become a one. This is all from the groups that we had. Let's see what else we can see here. I think that's all. Yes, let's answer some questions. If you wanted to find a local Google expert, who could you show you the interesting new ways to use Google Maps in your classroom? You will search for which of the following. I will send link to you. You can have at least like maybe 10 minutes to answer this 4 questions, and we can check the answers all together. I think 10 minutes is too much. Maybe we can come back at the 50. so we can check the answers all together. Let's have some time to think about them by ourselves. I think I can't have access to chat, so I will send it by WhatsApp. I couldn't have access to the chat. I'm not sure it is related to my internet or because of the account I have joined to this meeting. So I shared it by WhatsApp. Please enter the link, and you just need to have a Google account. So you can see the last 4 questions. Let's give a couple of minutes so we can see the answers, and later we can deal all together.
Həqiqət xanım, salam.
Bəli.
Orada
Salam.
niyə school yazaq, yoxsa məktəbimizin bütöv adını yazaq? Necə?
Hara?
O birinci linka basanda qeydiyyat istəyir. Bilmirəm, hamıda belədir, yoxsa yox?
Google hesabınızı qeyd edəndə kifayət eləmir Nigar xanım?
Yox, orada açır ki, bir dəqiqə baxım, country soruşur, company e-mail, orada yenə öz e-mailim gəlir. Amma bir dənə company-yə nə yazsın, onu bilmədim.
Bu Təhsil Nazirliyinin sizə verdiyi e-mail adres var, rəqəmlərlə başlayan student Eduaz.
Aha.
Ona qeyd edə bilərsiniz. Aha.
O yaxşı.
Please raise your hand once you have finished, so I can keep track of like how many of us finish, and depending on that we can continue.
I have finished. I did all these questions before the training.
That's great, Ms. Vasala. That's great.
All of them are true.
Connect to your Google account'a da təsdiq verək də, yəni
Bəli, Gmail accountunuzla əlaqə yaratsın.
Burada 4 dənə sual var. Odur da, hə. Məndə nəsə cavabı göndərirəm, getmir. Odur.
Çek
Bəli,
edin
dörd
de
tane
yoldaşlar, çek.
Hər
Orada
biriniz
check your answer var.
Bəli də eləyirəm, amma nəsə elə bir ki, nope, try again yazır.
Bəlkə
Yəqin səhv
cavabınız doğru
yazmış.
olmuyor ona görə.
Səhv
Necə?
də yazmış olarsınız ona görə.
Hər nədir də, məsələn, cavabımın neçə düz səhv olduğunu niyə göstərmədi? 4 dənə sual yazmışam.
Deməli, Seyidqə xanım, əgər cavabınız düzdürsə, doğru olduğunu göstərir. Əgər səhvdirsə, hansının doğru olduğunu göstərmir. Sizə tətbiq edir ki, yəni yenidən sınayın və doğru cavab nədirsə onu tapasınız.
Bir dəqiqə baxım yenə.
Kəmalə xanım da əl qaldırıb, Həqiqət xanım. Bilmirəm amma sualı nədir. Bəlkə də ünvanlayıb əl qalxıq vəziyyətdə.
Demişdim, bitirənlər əlini qaldırsın ona görə Tərənə xanım.
Aha, üzrlü hesab edin, burada deyildim, indi gəlmişəm.
Artıq görürəm ki, 4 nəfər bitirib. Geri qalanlardansa əksəriyyəti əyani qrup müəllimlərimiz də var. Ona görə əmin ola bilmədim. Bitiriblərmi, yoxsa testə baxmadılarmı əyani qrupda görmək üçün?
Mən baxa bilmədim suallara, Həqiqət xanım. Hər dəfə elə təkrar qeydiyyat olunuram, eyni yer açılır. Kimsə bəlkə ekranını paylaşsa görərdim, mən edə bilmədim.
Elə indi mən canlı paylaşacağım ki, suallara birlikdə baxaq Nigar xanım. Dərs sonrası bir daha sınayarsınız. Alınmasa birlikdə baxarıq ki, nədir problem sizdə.
Oldu.
Gəlin keçək bura, görək suallarımız nələr idi. Aha, bu yox, burada. Aha. The first one is saying that if you wanted to find a Google expert, so this one is people who is an expert here, who could show you some interesting new ways to use Google Maps in your classroom, you will search for which of the following. As we have mentioned, the expert people are who is expert in a specific Google tool. For example, they can be expert in Google Sheets, but they don't know anything about the Google Slides. And every training they are giving are specified around the one tool. So these people will come to talk about the Google Maps. Let's see what can be the answer. The Google Education Certified Trainer can be counted as a Google expert. But the reason is here, it's saying that the interesting new way. The people who is showing interesting new ways are usually the Google Education Certified Innovators. The partner organization will not be correct answer, nor the reference school. Let's check our answer, and it's correct. The keyword in this question was in interesting new ways. Now let's move to the next question. If you wanted to find a local Google expert, again we have to searching for a Google expert who could come to your school to do a specific training around the Google for Education tools. Here's the thing, it mentioned the tools and it didn't mention innovative way or a new way. So these people have to know about a different type of tools, and also they have to specify on the education part. You would search for which of the following. Let's see. Google for Education Certified Trainer is the best match for this one because they are knowledgeable about different type of tools and also how to apply them to the education. Google for Education Certified Innovator, they can come and give this training, but for now, as we saw the keywords in this question, it might not be a correct answer. The first, we couldn't see anything new way or innovative way. And also there's no specific word mentioned here. For example, to come and teach the tools for a different kind of view for the teachers. Google for Education Partner, these are the partners who are coming and providing your school to have Google tools to have a training with them and people's who is supporting the Google. Let's move to the next one. Which of the following is not available to search for Google for Education directory? So let's say that you are searching for a trainer or you are searching for an expert who will come to your event and give a speech, or they will come to your classroom and give a training to your students, for example, how to use Google Drive. So from where we can search it? There's a website, Google for Education directory, which is listed all the people who obtained the Google Trainer, Google Innovator, Google Expert title. And you can also see the reference school in this part. Also, if they have a partner from your country, they will mention the name of the partner and how to connect with them. So we can find a trainer, innovator, and schools from there. But the principals are just the educators who has a different type of title in the school. So there will be no mention about that the Google certified principals. And this will be the correct answer. Let's move to the next one. Oh, I think I clicked. Anyone can request to be listed in the Google.
Sualım var.
Bəli.
Bu üçüncü sual ki var üçüncü
Aha.
sualda üçüncü variant mən çox oturmadı. Yəni reference schools niyə olsun ki? Trainers, innovators tamam var idi siz anlattığınızda. Principals'da nəzərə alaq ki, trainers varsa, principals'da məncə trainerların principal'da. Düşünürəm ki, onlar daha yaxşı trainer olarlar. Amma reference schools niyə olsun ki?
Sualı verən Ramil bəydir deyəsən.
Deməli, götürmüşdüm.
Deməli Ramil bəy, Google for Education directory bir saytdır ki, siz bu sayta daxil olub Google Trainer'ı, Expert'i, Google partnerləri tapa bilərsiniz. Bizdə ilkin olaraq burada nə üçün Principal doğru cavab deyil? Google Certified Principal deyə bir titul yoxdur və yaxud da ki, bu adlı bir sertifikat yoxdur. Yəni, ümumiyyətlə, belə adlı bir titul, bir sertifikat, bir training, belə bir şey mövcud deyil. İkinci olaraq, nə üçün referans skollar ola bilməz? Məsəl üçün, siz bir məktəbsiniz və bir məktəb axtarırsınız ki, hansı ki, gəlib sizə də bu Google sistemini qura biləcək və təlimləri keçərək müəllimləri gələcək təhsil ilinə hazır edəcək. Bu zaman siz yenidən Google for Education Directory-yə girə bilərsiniz. Google reference skolları sizin ölkənizdə hansı məktəblər bu təlimi keçir, təlimi apara bilir, onların siyahısı çıxacaq. Onlardan birini seçə bilərsiniz. Yəni, bu sayt belədir ki, sizin, məsəl üçün, hər hansısa bir tədbir edirsiniz, tədbirə speaker lazımdır. Gəlib certified trainerları tapırsınız. Yeni bir dərs sistemi yaratmaq istəyirsiniz, pilot sinif yaradırsınız, innovatoru çağırırsınız ki, sizə kömək eləsin ki, Google alətlərini yeni halı düzəldərsiniz. Ümumi böyük bir məktəbdə siz bütün məktəbi Google sisteminə köçürmək istəyirsiniz, reference school'u çağırırsınız, onun işçiləri gəlir, sizin məktəbdə bu sistemi qurur. Bu üçünü də həmin bu Google for Education Directory-da tapa bilərik. Bundan əlavə partnerləri da tapa bilərik, Google expertləri də tapa bilərik. Google Certified Principal əslində heç yerdə tapa bilmərik. Ola bilər ki, hansısa bir müəllimə principal olaraq işləyir və Google sertifikatını əldə edib. Lakin yenə də o Google sertifikatlı pedaqoq olaraq adlandırılacaq, çünki sertifikatın adı belədir. Principal olaraq onun educatordan principala keçməyəcək. Aydın oldu? Vəli bəy, siz də əlinizi qaldırdınız.
Bir də şey var, Google bayaq ki, aça bilərsiniz, bir dənə şeir eləyə bilərsiniz. Google for Education Directory-də sırf direktorlar olur, yəni təhsil müəssisələrinin rəhbərləri olur.
Xeyr, məsəl üçün, siz əgər trainer adı qazanmışsınızsa, siz də bu siyahının içərisində olacaqsınız.
Trainerlar sadəcə olur.
Burada bir nəfəri tapdım. Görürəm ki, Jenny Magier adlı bir şəxs var, Amerikadadır. Həm Google Certified Trainer'dır, həm Certified Innovator'dır, həm də Certified Coach'dur. Onun ekspert olduğu sahələr Classroom'dur, Vision'dur, Culture'dur, Computer Science'dır. Və mən, məsəl üçün, Magieranı çağırmaq istəyirəm öz məktəbimi onlayn izahata. Kontakta basıram, adımı, rolumu, nə üçün maraqlandığımı, nömrəmi və bütün kontaktımı göndərəm Mageraya. Və Magera mənim məktəbimdə təlim keçib keçmək istəmədiyi ilə bağlı əlaqə yaradır. Bir dənə buradan cancel eləyək, geri qayıdaq. Ay, belə qayıtmayaq. Bura basaq. Buradan siz tapa bilərsiniz. Hər hansı bir partner tapa bilərsiniz ki, gəlsin sizin məktəbə dəstək olsun. Hər hansı bir reference school və yaxud da district tapa bilərsiniz. Certified trainer tapa bilərsiniz. Certified coach və certified innovator. Məsəl üçün, bura mən Bakku yazanda məncə çıxmayacaq. Görək, Bakıdan hələ var. Bakıdan bir nəfər var, Mərdən Əliyev. Certified trainer olub. View profile. Mərdən Əliyevə daxil oluram. Educator'dır, cyclist'dir, tech nerd'dir. Bildiyi dil İngilis dilidir. Middle school, high school və higher education üçün traininglər keçə bilər. Və əgər Mərdən bəylə əlaqə saxlamaq istəyirəmsə, kontakta daxil olub məlumatları doldururam. Və məsəl üçün, mən baxıram ki, Mərdən bəyə məsəl üçün middle school'lara təlim keçir və yaxud da ki, digər xanım kimi burada fərqli resurslar varsa, eyni resurslara keçən 3-4 cür müəllim çağırmaq istəyirəmsə, eyni sahədə olan fərqli müəllimlər tapa bilərik. Məsəl üçün, gəlin baxaq Lobnan Tarek nədir? Kuveytdəndir, ümumi overview, bildiyi dillər, keçdiyi dərslər, bu il ərzində olan treyninglərin sayı və s. Aydındır? Buradan amma məsəl üçün, deyək ki, sualımız nə idi? Google Certified Principal. Yazıram Google Certified Principal. Gördüyünüz kimi, burada sırf Google Certified Principal çıxmır. Trainerlar, innovatorlar, coachlar çıxır. Amma Google Certified Principal deyə bir titul yoxdur. Aydındır?
Okey, təşəkkür.
Sizə sağ olun. Anyone can request to be listed in a Google for Education directory. Bu sual da soruşur ki, bayaq gördüyümüz listə istənilən şəxs gəlib bu siyahıda olmağı soruşa bilərmi? Xeyr. Bu siyahıda olmaq üçün bayaq qeyd elədiyim etapları keçməliyik. Siz ən azından trainer level'dan accept almalısınız ki, həmin siyahıda adınız düşsün və yaxud da ki, hər ikisini aldıqdan sonra da həmin siyahıya düşmək üçün icazə ala bilərsiniz. Amma məsəl üçün, level 1 və level 2-ni tamamlamışam, bu siyahıda adım görsənməyəcək.
Amma nəticədə o da eynivandır da. Yəni level 1-i gedib alır həmin eynivan, sonra level 2-ni gedib alır həmin eynivan. Sualın quruluşu biraz fərqlidir. Mənə çox reasonable gəlmədi sual.
Gəlin baxaq suala. Anyone can request to be listed. Anyone. Like
Anyone ola bilər də. Yəni keçər level 1-i, sonra keçər level 2-ni.
Axı burada elə bir informasiya verməyib, level 1 və level 2-ni alan bir adamdır. Deyib təsadüfi bir adam.
Və ola bilər də, yəni gedir, onları alır və nəticədə gəlir Google for Education Director ola bilər.
Onda sual belə olsaydı ki, məsəl üçün, level 1 və level 2 almış Certified Educator Google for Education apply eləyə bilər ya yox. Yenə də level 2-ni almış bir şəxs bura apply eləyə bilməz. Bura minimum trainer level'ı almış şəxslər apply eləyə bilər.
Tamam.
So we talk about the chat, we talk about the PLN, Google developer groups and things like that. And let's talk something about between these two groups so we are knowing what are they. Let's start with the Google sites and let's see what we can do with sites. I will come here and search for the Google sites. And the first one will direct me to my Google Sites account. As you can see, it is exactly the same interface we had in the Google Slides. You can open a blank website or you can open a template from the gallery. Let's choose a template for now so we can see. I am creating a portfolio. For what we can use it? For example, we can use it for our classes, is that all the resources, all the external books, resources are collected here. The learning path, the roadmap for our syllabus is combined here so students can come and check all in the same time. Or we can share the information with the whole world, not only with our class, so they can come and track like what we are doing in the class, what we are teaching, and they can use for their self-study. But how we can create a one Google site? Right now, I already created one. And the interface is here very basic. If you have used the Google Slides or Canvas before, this will be super easy for you as well. First, let's change the name of my site. I'm coming here and telling, for example, Agigats website. And let's see what we are having here. As is a template for the portfolio, it already has some stuff such as home, about, the project page, your name, and some stuff related to you. Let's see what else I can do. When I come here and I click your name, I can change the name here. But I can also add a header. This was one of the questions in my exam. It was a step-by-step showing how we can add the banner. So for adding the banner, if your template already doesn't have it, you can go to Up and click Add Header. And then I can change the background picture of this. For changing the image, you can come to the left side. Either you can upload or select. When you click the upload, it will upload from your local computer. When you select image, you can select from the gallery. You can add the link of that picture, or you can find from the Google image. For example, let's find a picture. I will just write the Google. And let's add this one. Click insert, and the banner is here. I don't want this text to be here, so I can click and delete. The same thing is working for all the objects we are having here. For example, if I don't want this one, I can click and delete. Same thing for the pictures. You can delete any object by clicking it. You can also change the pages are here and the name of them by double clicking. Any text you are clicking the double, you can change them. For example, hi. The text formats are exactly the same that we had in Google Drive, Google Sheets, Google Slides. You can make it bold, italic, underlined, change color, add hyperlink, add emoji, and change the align of it. How I can add the next text here? I can come to the right side of the screen, and from here I will see a new tab, which I can add a text box, image, embedded a link, or a folder from my drive. Let's add a text box. Once I added, it came to here, but I wanted it to be here. Let's make it shorter and hold it and bring it the place that I want it to be. And now it's a subtext under the text I had. After that, everything, it just depends on imagination. You can add text, banner, picture, video, even you can add a YouTube video to here. Let's come here and see how we can add a YouTube video. From the right of the screen, as you can see, you can add lots of stuff. Let's go one by one. You can add a button, divider, spacer, social links, placeholder, YouTube video, calendar, map, docs, slides, and sheets. Let's add all of them one by one and see how they will look. First, I will start the collapsible group. The collapsible group has the arrow. I will add some text here. And once I click the collapse, it will be collapsed. But if I want to show it, it will be like this. It will be the same in the user's side of the paper as well. If they collapse, it will be hidden. If they want to see it, they can click the arrow. The next one that we can add is a table of the contents. As you can see, once I clicked, it went to all the up of the screen and showing everything that I have added. So the first thing I have added my name and the portfolio, then the selected work and line of T. Let's click one of them. I don't know why my mouse is not working, but usually once you click it, it has to go down to the place of it. Right now, I am not sure what's going on with my internet and my mouse, but it has to direct me here. Let's see what's the next one is the image carousel. For example, you are promoting a website or some product, you can add a different type of pictures, or for example, you are showing the start of the students. This is how I usually do. In my Google Sites, I am adding the picture of my students who show the most progress during that week, or who won the places from the international events, or from our school projects, they got the most point. And once they log in there, they can see themselves in the start students. From there, you can add the picture and select the images. For now, let's select the random pictures. And insert. The pictures I chose was like big pictures. Let's try one more time. I am facing lots of issues from the computer side today. So once they are seeing as a viewer, they will able to click to the next to see the second and third picture. Once we publish it, we will able to see as well. For now, let's move to the next topic, which we can add a button. In upside of the screen, we have home, about, and project page, which are also buttons. As you can see, once I click, it's going to different type of the page, which is things like about me and the project page. Then we can add the social links, placeholders, YouTube, and calendar. For now, I will not show all of them. Let's just show a couple of them so you can have this idea what they look like. But at home, I again highly advise you to go and explore the stuff and try to see how we can find stuff. Once you add, which options will come to your screen. Is there try to give yourself a task, such as I am trying to create this website to show most of my questions and answers, like Q&A paper, time of the exams, time of the midterms, time how the grading system is working in this class, and try to build websites like that. Later tells that this is Spanish class, for example, and I want to add the videos they can watch for the getting the A1 level. Give yourself a small task such as this and see if you can complete them or not. After 3 to the 4 tasks, you will find lots of questions, and by searching them, you can find them. Make sure that you can know how to search from the Google, as that's the main skill we need in the level 1 and level 2 certifications. Because As a teacher, we don't need to be professional. I am repeating myself, but that's the main idea behind these exams. We just need to know that if this is required from us, how we can handle it. Can we find it in a short time and provide our students? Let's give one task for ourselves and start this website from the beginning. So I will try to create a new website. For example, I am sharing a one document and I want to see that how many people check this. This is one of my website. It's not published yet. I just created for my sibling. Let's see how we can publish it and how we can see it. So for publishing, I will click a publish. But before that, let's see what we have in the right side of the screen. We can take our action back or we can redo that. We can have a preview of it. For example, right now I see it as an editor. Let's click a viewer and see how this website will look like. The website is looking like as a newspaper and all the pictures are added here one by one. I will go back and see what else I can do. I can share with someone. I can share them as an editor, commenter, or viewer. Again, the same sharing settings. The share settings are exactly the same across all the Google tools. So if you know one, you will have access to all. But there's a one extra thing. Most of the times, we are just having the ones that anyone with link can see it or not. But here we have two options, the publish site and drive site. The two sites are different from each other. The publish site can be viewed by public or it can be restricted. So even I click the publish, not everyone will be able to see it. They need to be added here as a viewer. But if I click the public, if they have a link or they don't have a link, they just search Ahmad Ahmadov, they will be able to come and see this website. But the draft part is totally different from that. The draft part is if someone has a link, can they come and edit it or not? So I can make, for example, anyone with link and restricted from here is completed left. So if I make anyone with link can draft it, so anyone with link automatically will be able to see this website as well. For now, I will change it to the restricted as well. And that's it. Let's go back to the one sample and try to find the steps of the things that we can do. In Google Level 1 and Level 2, most of the questions are such as this. If you want to add the YouTube video to your Google Sites, what will be the steps? If you want to add a banner to your Google Sites, what can be the step? You have to read all the steps one by one and you have to locate them on the steps that you will follow one from the other. In my exam, the question was this. If you want to change the picture of your header in your site, what you should do? The first, you can go to the up part of the site and then in the lower left side of the screen, you will see the image. By clicking it, you can change the picture. We already did it. But let's try to add one picture and see what else can happen. Let's click insert and I see that the picture came to the background. But I also have something different. After adding the picture, I can reset the picture so it can go back to the default one, or I can change the header. In here we have 4 different types of the headers. The first one will cover the page with only picture. The second one will be the ones that we had, but a little bit longer version, a banner, or it will delete the picture totally and just add the name of the title. Let's add the large banner. A new tool came here, which is AI. Right now, we can add like some AI and readability to here. And we can add this picture to anchor time. This tool and the AI is not a question yet in the Google certifications. A Gemini is a new Google tool, and right now Gemini is not connected to the Google certifications, but it is connected to Google AI certifications, like how the educator can use AI in Google technologies to use in the classroom. But it's not affected or integrated to the Google certification so far. And now let's add, for example, Spanish class. And let's add one text box. Counting until 10. And then I'll come down and choose a YouTube video. And counting. Before I'm going, as you can see, you can choose a videos from your channel as well, that the videos that you have shared from your account, or you can choose from the whole YouTube. And insert. Once I add it, I can make it bigger. And let's add something other. For example, it will be like this. Let's click the plus. And when I click plus, I can upload from my computer. I can select the image. It will be the same selecting settings. I can upload from Drive, a YouTube, calendar, and map. Let's add the map. And you can add the word here. And let's add a different type of template here. For example, this. And let's click and choose from the drive. And let's add one more to explore what things we could add here. So we could add from computer, image, drive, YouTube, calendar. From the calendar, I can select a calendar which is related to my classroom. For example, I have Classroom Coders Pro, I have Classroom with Competition, and I also have one Classroom with You, which is Google Certificatlı Pedagog. And once I click it, it will show the calendar related to this. For example, it's showing the deadline for our mock exam. This is everything we should know about the Google Sites. And let's see how our users will see it. I will add just like this and click the publish. Publish to the web. I can say, for example, the name is not taken, so the web address can be used. I can request the public search engines not to display my site. For example, if someone search about the test site Hakikat, they will not see this. But if they have a link, they will see it. Or I can unclick it so anyone who is searching test site Hakikat will be able to see this website. Let's click the publish. And our website's already published. Let's see how the people will see it. Once I click it, my student will see the website like this. Spanish class, the lesson 1, let's learn Spanish and other parts. This is how it will look like in our phone, how it will look like in tablet, and how it will look like in the computer. Let's go back and try to make some changes, and let's see if it will affect the website or not. The first thing in change in here is the link button is clickable. Once you publish your website, you can copy its link and share with others. And once you make a change, for example, I will Spanish resources, for example. If I don't click the publish, it will not be removed. But as you can see, once I click the publish, it will ask me that the current published version is Spanish class, and your draft version is a Spanish resources. Are you agree to share your draft version? And if you click the publish, it will delete your previous version and make it as a Spanish resources. So people will see it as this. But I want to bring back my previous version, the versions that I had the name as a class. I can click the settings, 3 dots, and from the version history, I can see that I have 3 options here. The first one was just a blank page, which I opened. The second one was the same, but with a name class. And the third one, which is the correct version, is this one. You can go back to any version, and you can click the restore this version or name this version. Let's click the restore this version, restore, and it is restored, and the resource word is deleted. Is Google Sites clear for all of us? Do we have any question about this? If you don't have any question, I would like you to give a task to me. For example, give me a task how you can add this to your Google site, or how you can edit this part of the Google site. And let's see how many different type of tasks we can complete with this. Any tasks for me?
About making presentation or Google Slides.
And add it to here. Ms. Rusala?
I'm thinking.
Okay. Let's think and try to give a task for me so we can complete that task all together. And maybe we will find a different innovative ways that we can use this website. For example, let's discuss this. How many different type of sites we can create and how they can benefit to our teaching process.
Sorry, can you repeat again?
How many different type of sites we can create, like which type of the sites we can have, and that kind of site, how that can benefit to our classroom, our teaching process.
There's that rules. I don't use Google Slides. I always use Microsoft PowerPoint. That's why online forms. But I think it depends.
But this is like Google site. Like Google site can be reached by anyone if you publish it. So how it can benefit to the teaching, how it can benefit to the learning.
If you let me, I would like to say something.
Of course, Mr. Valley.
Okay. So, for example, our school has 2 websites, and one website is visible for everybody. When you look for MEF International School Istanbul, you can find common website. But we have another Google website special for school community, because we have some privileged kids, and we are not allowed to share their informations on the website or somewhere. Even we are not allowed to take the picture in the classroom. So we have special, Google website that no one can see the site from other sources. You know, you should have your Gmail. If you have Gmail, you are accepted and you are
Yes.
able to see all the resources. We use Google Class, sites for these purposes, but I have never tried because, I just send photos and information and they manage everything, but we have something like that.
Thank you for answer. Yes, exactly. We also have the same in our organization that can be reached by only the email endings that our organization is owning. No one external can have access to that. For example, even I can't have access it with my personal account. And we are sharing information here. For example, the design class syllabus or external informations for the summer learnings, or the students who finished Arduino training and they want to go one step next, they can go and check some projects there and they can complete it. But as a teacher, for example, I am a biology teacher, how I can use a Google Sites?
Maybe I can create my online version of my CV, and I can create a QR code, add the QR code into my CV, and have an online version of my CV, up-to-date version. Maybe I can use for that purposes.
Yes, that's great. We can create our resume, our portfolio here, or the classes that we are providing, we can list it there. So someone who is trying to have us as a personal trainer or personal teacher, they can come and see what type of trainings we are delivering, what type of the class we are delivering, what type of the topics we are teaching. Or we can make is as a portfolio for all the trainings we have provided. You can use the Google Sites to list them, and you can use a Google Blogger to list a blog such as, for example, how was it teaching in the biology class for the 9th grade? 5 things I have learned teaching the biology in the higher school, or things like that. This is all about the Google Sites. In the level 1, there will not be harder questions about the Google Sites. There will be just finding the steps for adding the picture, for adding the YouTube videos, and things like that. But for level 2, there might be questions. For example, when you click the settings button, which options do you have and what they mean? Or when you publish your sites, how you can go back to versions that we had before, and more detailed questions. Let's go back to the whiteboard and see what else are waiting for us. So we have finished the Google Sites as well. And let's go to Google Drawing and Google Blogger for the last couple of minutes to see what they're looking like and we have knowledge about them. Google Drawing is another version of the Paint. You can create diagrams, charts, pictures, the geometric figures in here. Or you can even create your logos, but as you can see, this is not a popular tool or not the most used tools from the Google. So it's using its popularity in exam as well. But there might be question. For example, this can't be the fully question about the drawing, but this can be one option, another question, or one of the options between the drag and drop. Let's see how we can do it. Again, we can name it by clicking on type drawing, and let's say the test drawing. And the later everything is exactly the same that we had in the Google Slides. You can save it, you can open it, you can move it, you can edit, view part, insert part, format. Everything is here, mostly exactly the same in the Google Slides. So if you are comfortable by using the Google Slides, you will easily adapt this tool as well. Except this doesn't have a slides. It's just having the PNG format, and you can add the steps one by one here. Let's show some stuff. For example, I can add a square, and once I add it, as you can see, the options I have on the up is changed.
Şevket Hanım, your screen is not being shared.
Oh, thank you for telling me.
You are welcome.
Then let's start again. For drawing, we will not able to find it here If you have, you can click the more from the Google, and you can find it from here, but the easier version is searching Google Drawings and going to the first website. In here, you can create the charts, diagrams, and things like that. And as you can see, it's exactly looking like the other Google tools, and especially the Google Slides. Let's name it once again. I will say that test drawing. And I will explore some parts. For example, file part is exactly the same as the Google Slides. Same as edit, view, and insert. There are some exceptions because the Google Slides has more options such as animations, adding the new slides, changing the template, and etc. In here, I have less options. But let's try to add some object to this picture. Once I added one square, you will see that in the toolbar there will be lots of new options. Because I can add a text here now, and it will give me the options to edit this text as well. All this part are your creativity. You can add and create logos here, you can create diagrams, charts, but let's be honest, this is not the best tool to create any of this. But as this is a Google tool, we have to know that how we can use it and for what we can use it. But just try to explore it. Don't waste lots of time to here. Try to focus on the slides, and if you know the slides, all the questions from the drawings will be easy for you and easy for you to find. Again, the share settings exactly the same with other Google tools. The comment sections are exactly the same with other comment tools. But let's remember how we can comment and how we can add dimensions. When I click the share, let's add another account, send, and from the chat, I will say add comment, and I will tag someone with adding the add, and I can assign this task to that person or just mentioning them. Then I can reply to this comment, or I can write that please change the size of square and click reply. If you want to go back the previous version, you can click the history and go back the previous version and click the restore to this version and restore, it will be blank page. Everything is here exactly the same we had in Google Slides, Google Sheets, Google Forms, and Google Docs. But there can be differences. The differences is depending on, for example, in Slides we have different slides. In Google Docs it's mostly for text format. In Sheets it's mostly for analyzing data. So we got the Google Drawing. And one more thing, the Blogger. The Blogger already lost its popularity time and not so many people are using it, but sometimes we can see the questions from here. As there is a belief that they already dropped the Blogger from the exam question because it's became really rare to in exam as a question, but let's see how we can use it and where it is. Again, I will search for Google Blogger. The first one will come is, I think they drop it. Wait, a Blogger. Sign into Blogger. Yes. For creating a blog, you can click the left side and create a new post. Let's create a new post and see how we can use it. As you can see, you can add a title in here. After that, it's just a place for you to complete your article. It can be about review about some literature. It can be explanation of specific topic. It can be like your experience working in specific kind of students or in specific school or things like that. Anything you would like to share as a text format. After you write the word, for example, text, you can see the preview is that how it looks like. And you can go back 1 minute. You can go back and make some changes. Let's see like how published blog will look like. So this one is completed. You can see the preview. If you would like to, you can change the like picture here. You can also comment. People from the others can comment here. You can add some links here, pictures. You can share like some contact information if you want people to like reach out to you. And I think this is like even more than the things that we should know about the Google Blogger. But let's see what other stuff that we have here. So we can see the share, how many people commented, how many people viewed this blog. You can go to stats to see like all-time view. I had 9 people view my blog. Today 0, yesterday 0, this month 0, last month 0. I only have 1 post, 0 comments and 0 followers. There's nothing that I have shared, so for now it's free. Let's go last 12 months. Okay. In last 12 months, I see that 7 people saw it. On 21st of May, there was 2 people. In 23rd of the May, there was 2 more people, and again 1 view. And 1st of June, there was 2 more views. From the Explorer views, again 3, 3, 1, and 2. This is my post, and it was only 1 page. That's why there's no data to show. Is there any question from the blogger?
I have a question about domain name. Is domain name free or you should pay for domain name?
It's free.
Okay, what's the domain name, ending?
Mm-hmm. 1 minute.
It's preview, okay.
No, I am trying to share this one. It's been so long that I haven't used, so I can't find.
I think domain name shouldn't be free, because if domain name is free, why, Google offer this service to us?
Domain name is staying same, such as like blogger.com. Like it's like a GitHub.
Yeah,
if
I
you
see.
create the account from the GitHub, like the main domain is a GitHub, but it's adding the mask to the domain, so your account is showing in here, but it's not the like main domain.
Yeah,
Share.
it's possible to use with mask, yes.
Why the share button is not working? Somehow share button is not working, so we can copy the link and see like how it will look like. Sadly, the button is not working. I am not sure again if it's my internet problem or they really drop it this one.
Maybe we should save the website first.
Sorry?
just before I have seen something like save, edit, or just before wherever you before you
This one
yes here
already
preview. Okay, that preview, and no
preview.
no no not preview. You know, close to the preview, there's something else for me. Yeah.
This one?
Yes. Open there. Which update?
No, it's just showing like as a preview
Ah,
post. You can
okay.
change it, or you can
Mm,
change it to the draft.
okay.
Share button is not working. Yeah, as you can see, Hakikat Ahmadov, blogspot.com. This is a domain, but it's like a mask after the blogger. Like exactly the same like a GitHub.
Yeah, I got it.
That's basically like everything we have to cover during this lesson. We have covered mostly everything for the level 1 and a little bit stuff from the level 2. During week, I will share 2 more mock exams, and next lesson will be our last lesson before the level 1. And next lesson, we will just cover everything about the exam and we will practice questions. So I will send the mock exams to you and I will ask you to please complete them before the next Wednesday. So during the class when we are discussing them, you will aware like what are the questions, what were your mistakes, and which part we should discuss more. And after this 3 mock exam, you can also like find the questions that you have failed or you need more practice, and you can go to that tool and practice more and check the stuff that you should explore more. And I believe that we are already ready. And during the week, I will share lots of resources. Please make sure that every day you check our WhatsApp group and the pinned message to see what's the resources for that day. Or you can check our classroom. In our classroom, I have shared some checklists. Oh, where's our classroom? Okay. In here, you can see that we have some checklists such as checklist 1, checklist 2, and checklist 3. For example, let's check one of it. I can see that this is our topics from our last lesson. So Google Calendar, Gmail, and Google Classroom, which we have covered the last lesson. And I see that from the Google Calendar, I need to know how to create a new calendar, how to create a new event, add notification for an event, add attachment to event, and adjust time on event. For example, I know everything so far, but when I come here, I didn't understand what is a created task or what's a word clock. You can click the link next to that task and you can read the document, or you can check the video that how this you can do that one. For example, what's the difference between the Google Keep and Google Reminder? Please make sure that everything in the checklist you are aware and you can do this task by your own. After that you complete like all the checklists, you can go to the mock exam and take the exam. There might be questions that we haven't covered during the classes, or it's not inside the checklist. If you think that we should discuss it, please mention in our WhatsApp group. You can text to me, you can email to me, or you can create a discussion in the classroom. But make sure that there might be so many details during the exams that we didn't pay attention, but you have to be able to find these stuff. For example, there might be a small button that we say that there's this button, but we haven't checked all the options when we are clicking it. Again, I highly suggest you, please check all the tools one by one, give yourself a task, try to complete them by your own, and say that how you can do it. Explore them. For example, when I come here, don't not the blogger, but the like tools we have here, for example, the classroom. If I come here and click the 3 dot, what will happen? If I click the plus, what will happen? If I come to class and click the 3 dot, what I can do? And things like that. If you have more than one account of the Gmail, add them as a student and try to see from the student view and from the teacher view, like what changes you can make, how the teachers are seeing the class and how the students are seeing it, and the things like that. This practice will make you to move from the 1 to the 10 immediately rather than reading the resources we have, because these exams are based on the practice and how we can implement them. That's all for me for this class. If you have any question, we have a couple of minutes to discuss them. Any questions? Any topic you would like to discuss? Anything to tips or hints, suggestions, feedbacks?
Will we have any quiz today?
No, we will not have any quiz today, but during week we will have 2 mock exams. So there will be like mock exam 2nd and mock exam 3rd, and you have to complete them before the next Wednesday.
Before the next Wednesday?
Yes.
Deadline, I think deadline is next Wednesday, yeah?
For the first one, the deadline is a Saturday, but for the 2nd and the 3rd one, it will be Wednesday.
2 quizzes, yeah. Okay.
There will be 3 in total until the next
Oh.
Wednesday. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. As we will gonna have lots of practice questions during the week, we will not have a quiz during the class.
İmtahan vaxtı müəllimə kömək eləməyəcəksiniz bizə suallarda.
No.
Adətən məsələn təlim keçəndə təlim müəllimləri deyir ki, imtahan vaxtı ipucular, nə bilim belə kömək eləyir də imtahanda düşən suallarda, ona görə dedim.
İmtahan ərəfəsində?
Bəli, məsələn bizdə məktəbdə olur, məsələn təlimçi deyir ki, falan sualda cavab bax budur, məsələndə kömək eləyir. Yazığı gəlir bizə elə bir. Ha, ona görə dedim.
Mənim tərəfimdən bunu etik olaraq görmürəm və əminəm ki, sizlərin hər biri çox yaxşı və asan bir şəkildə bu examı keçəcəksiniz və yetəri qədər də bilik əldə eləmişik. Hətta görsəniz çətin bir sual var, bu imtahan open bookdur. Keçin Google-a axtarış edin. Google bizə 2 dənə şeyə limit qoyur ki, kənar resource olmasın. Kənar resource yəni başqa bir adam olmasın və AI olmasın. Kompüter bizim əlimizdədir. Gedib hər şey tapa bilərik.
Vaxtımız gərək çatır da amma.
3 saat, 35 sual üçün 3 saat ayrılıb.
3 saat, hə.
35 sualdır, 3 saat.
Bəli. Sadəcə 35 sualın 35-i də bir seçməli deyil. Məsəl üçün, elə sual olur ki, 10 variantdan 7-sini seçin. Və yaxud da ki, 20 dənə mətn yazılıb, həmin o mətni hansılar digitaldadır, hansılar textbookdadır bölməlisiniz.
Bir də ki, vaxtı açandı dəqiq, ay neçəsidir?
Səbiqə xanım, bu sizdən asılıdır. Əgər onlayn imtahan verirsinizsə, öz evinizdə sizə hansı gündə 3 saatlıq vaxt ayıra bilərsinizsə, həmin vaxtı seçib imtahanı qeydiyyatdan keçib və verə bilərsiniz. Sadəcə məsəl üçün, imtahanı mən 5-ci gün bilirəm ki, 3 saatlıq vaxtım var. Qeydiyyatdan keçmək üçün 5-ci günə qədər gözləməyin. Çünki siz imtahana qeydiyyatdan keçəndən sonra avtomatik imtahana girə bilmirsiniz. Google hesabınız təsdiqlənir, sizin üçün hesab açırlar. Ondan sonra sizə e-mail atırlar ki, siz təsdiqləndiniz və e-mail adresinizə giriş edə bilərsiniz. Həmin o təsdiqlənmə prosesi də 3 saatdan 3 günə qədər çəkə bilər. Adətən 1 saat içərisində göndərirlər. Sadəcə hər ehtimala qarşı, məsəl üçün 5-ci gün imtahana girmək istəyirsinizsə, 4-cü gündən qeydiyyatdan keçin.
Hə, başa düşdüm. Hə, o yaxşıdır, düzdür. Yəni qabaqcadan bilim ki, haçan verəcəm, hə.
Aha.
Həqiqət xanım, mənim bir sualım var.
Bəli.
İndi qeyd etdiniz, ağlıma gəldi. Siz dediniz ki, orada yəni Google belə bir imkan yaradır ki, yəni biz daxil olaq, Google'un özündə axtarış edək. Amma səhv etmirəmsə ilk təlimdə siz demişdiniz ki, orada xüsusi bir sistem var da, gözün hərəkətini izləyirsiniz. Əgər hansısa bir səhifə açırsınızsa, əlavə bir yerdə yəni onu görür. Bəs onda onu görürsə necə, məsələn, biz əlavə bir səhifə açıb axtarış edə bilərik?
Məsəl üçün belə deyək də, bu mənim ekran. Bir dəqiqə burada elə yazım, düzəltmişdik. Aha, buradadır. Məsəl üçün mən Google-da buradayam və gözümü Google track eləyir ki, mən ilk öncə gəldim, sualı oxudum, sonra variantları oxudum və daha sonra məsəl üçün yeni bir səhifəyə keçdim. Gəlin bu səhifəni məsəl üçün what is PLN? Gəldim bu səhifəni açdım. Bu səhifənin özü də Google-da açılıb. Yəni Google xəbərdardır ki, mən hansı səhifəni açdım. Bu səhifəyə gələndə deyək ki, mənim ekranım dəyişdi, oldu bu. Google artıq biləcək ki, mən bu sualı verdim və gəldim bu linkə baxıram. Görsə ki, mənim gözüm burada bir şey axtarır, amma burada səhifədə heç bir şey yoxdur da. Onda avtomatik biləcək ki, burada nəsə external bir help var məndə. Amma belə Google sayt içərisində hər hansı bir linki oxuyuramsa, heç bir problem yoxdur. Və yaxud da ola bilər ki, haltura işlədirik, ekranı iki yerə bölmüşük. Bir tərəfində imtahanı açmışıq, bir tərəfində isə Google-da yox, Yandex-də ChatGPT-ni açmışıq. Google görəcək ki, məsəl üçün, sual əslində buradan buradır, amma mənim gözüm ancaq buradan bura dəyişir. Yəni, ekranı nəsə eləmişəm, bu ekranın bu yarı tərəfinə heç mən baxmıram. Artıq buradan eye tracking-dən tapa biləcək.
Amma yəni Google-un özündə axtarışı edə bilirik də, yəni.
Bəli, bəli.
Çox sağ olun.
Sizə sağ olun. Any other questions? Əgər əlavə bir sualımız yoxdursa, bu dərslik bu qədər. Gələn dərs görüşənədək zəhmət olmasa həftə içi vaxtınızdan bir müddət ayıraraq mock exam 2 və 3-ü tamamlamağa